Hello and welcome YouTubers to this tutorial. Today we are having a tutorial on the inversion of the measures on the seventh chords actually. We look at the inversion of the major 7, the minor 7, the dominant 7th and the diminished 7th chords. In our previous video, that was part 4, we looked at how to form those particular chords and we even saw them in the root position. Today we are looking at the inversions of those 7th chords. And if you remember, in this particular series, in part 3, we looked at the inversion of triads, and we did learn that a triad actually possibly have got only 2 inversions, the root, the first inversion, and the second inversion. If you are new to this channel, please, I would urge you to subscribe, because in this channel, we are learning how to play the keyboard from the scratch with all the details that you might require. Our tutorial is in the key of F sharp major scale. And we are looking at the inversions of the 7th chords. Let's start straight away by looking at the major 7th chord. Our chord number 1 is the F sharp major 7. This is what the chord is. And just like we did, in inverting, we take the lowest note and we play it an octave up. So if we do that with our F sharp major chord, then we'll have this. This is now our F sharp major 7. And then if we take this note again up, we'll have this also. Another voicing for the F sharp major 7. And then if we take this note number 5 up, we have this. So as you can see here, unlike in the triads where we have only the first and second inversion, for the 7th chords, this is major 7th in the root position. First inversion, we invert it again, second inversion, and then we invert it again, we get the third inversion. So I normally prefer these fingers. For the major 7th, I prefer this finger. You can see my fingers clearly. For the minor 7, for the first inversion of the major 7th, I have that finger. For the second inversion, I normally prefer that. And then for the third inversion, this is the fingers that I normally use. Though you can adopt any finger which is comfortable for you as you play. So I want you can try practicing this. You can try practicing your the 7th chords. We have the major 7th. I'm just demonstrating using the F sharp major chord. But of course you can also demonstrate using the G sharp minor 7th. That is what we have. So when we invert, we have this as the G sharp minor 7 in the first inversion. Then we have again G sharp minor 7 in the second inversion, and then we have G sharp minor 7 in the third inversion, and we are back to the root. Now the same procedure is done for the minor 7th, the major 7th, and the dominant 7th. Like let's say we have our F sharp dominant 7. We can actually invert this the same way. That is our F sharp dominant 7 in the first inversion. We have our F sharp dominant 7th in the second inversion, and F sharp dominant 7 in the third inversion. And then we are back to the root if we try to invert. Now, that is the concept we had in this particular tutorial. And as you'll realize, when you are starting to work on this 7th and their inversions, you'll realize that the fingers are sort of not trying to behave well. And therefore, I would actually urge you that you practice it slowly until you become very much comfortable with this. That is all we had for this part 5 in the inversions of the 7th chords. Remember, in summary, we looked at the 7th chord in the root, the first inversion, second inversion, and the third inversion. And I've also tried to show you the fingering that I would prefer You can also try that, or maybe if you have your own fingering that you find a little bit comfortable, you can use that. But I would prefer that you use those fingerings. Keep it in this channel. Remember, this is a beginner series with almost 10 parts. And by the end of the 10th part, I believe if you've been following these videos, you'll be in a position to actually understand what a beginner needs to understand to enable you to start playing the keyboard. Do like this video, share it, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so that you can help me develop this. Keep it right here for part 6 of this beginner series. Bye bye. Let's meet you in the next tutorial.